we're able to help you out. So Ardy Marketing is able to help you out to reach or achieve those objectives, right? So, I mean, some of the kind of services that we provide is reputation marketing, video marketing, apart from social media marketing that we were going to talk about today. So that's a little bit about us. Of course, we will, you can always check out our website and our social media pages, and please do like and subscribe to our channels. But in the meantime, let's get this going. Eunice?
So hi everybody, Eunice Nyandat, and I am the founder of My Biz Marketer, where we help startups create a clear path to our customers. And I am so super excited to partner with Ardy Marketing to help bring answers to marketing, to social media, to all the things that have complicate entrepreneurs' lives, whether they're SMEs or lifestyle businesses or established businesses or brands, or even marketers who are just getting started or established. Marketing has gotten so complicated. So we're learning, we share what we learn, we bring experts and help you out. And today we have Barry, and I've known Barry for a bit now. And Barry's kind of a big deal. He knows some stuff. So listen, can we have Barry introduce himself, because I'm not gonna give it justice. Hello, Barry. Welcome.
Very much. My name is Baranko Nyango, known as Barry, and so I'm the founder and CEO at Sparks Corporates, and co-founder at Africa Chit-Chat. Africa Chit-Chat is a weekly chat that always happens on Twitter on Wednesdays. And out of Africa Chit-Chat, we have ATC Digital Academy, which is an academy. It's an edtech online platform that whenever you want to discuss or learn about digital marketing, filming, PR, anything that goes into marketing today, because just like you said, that marketing has become complicated because changes and the trends keep changing. So we want to keep up with the trend, and so that's what we're going to do. Rather, that's what we are doing at Sparks and at ATC Digital Academy. And at Sparks, we have been in operation for more than 5 years now. And I can see people complaining that I'm breaking.
Yeah, it's a little choppy.
Yeah, okay. It's static and choppy. Yeah.
Okay, let me change my internet just to make sure.
The concerns and issues of the internet, right?
Yes. So while we have Barry sorting out his connection, guys, your questions, type them in chat, get them ready so we can fire them away. A lot of things are happening with the social media space. All the stuff that you want answered, ask Rima, myself, and Barry will try and answer them. Don't be shy. If it's pertaining to your business or it's something you are attempting to do, we'll do our best to answer those. So don't hesitate to ask. If we don't have an answer right away, we'll try and get back to you via email or via WhatsApp and try and get you to the right answer or the right solution.
Yeah, that's right. And Eunice, actually, I think we've got Penina who has written over here the questions that were asked during the registration, which is great.
Yeah.
Really good. So we've got what are the do's and don'ts of selling online? Should I just read them out?
So like if we could just go, maybe even just start talking on the first one, because we want to wait for Barry to come on.
Yes, of course.
I think the do's and don'ts of selling online is it's no different from selling face to face. You're still talking to a human being, right? You're still interacting with a human being. So be courteous, be mindful, be respectful. Do not, Kenyans, we still do this thing of slide into a DM for pricing. I think we've got to stop this. If you're supporting a customer and the customer needs a quote, be open, be transparent, build trust as quickly as possible, so that then this transaction goes smoothly. Because online, your trust is very fragile when it's online. When you're face to face, people can observe your behavior, your body language, and begin to discern whether to trust you or not. But before that, when you're online, where you're behind a screen, they can't tell whether you're being, you're being trustworthy. So begin to be as transparent as you can online. Welcome back, Barry.
Thank you.
Audio better?
I hope you can hear me now.
It's still a little bit.
Okay.
I think it might be your head and mic, because there's a bit of feedback.
And now?
There's a bit of noise feedback kind of thing.
Okay. I've unplugged it. Can you hear me?
Night and day.
So much better.
So much better.
So I think I'm just going to remove it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ole.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's technology.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So
yes,
you were.
Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, my name is Barack Onyango, founder and CEO at Sparks Corporate. Sparks Corporate is a marketing agency. I don't like calling it a marketing agency because we have a lot of marketing agencies that don't necessarily market. Yeah. And so at Sparks, what we do is we help SMEs and personal brands is to build their brands. It's about building your brand, because your brand is your network, and your brand is what is going to open doors for you more than anybody you know, more than anything you've done. So that's what we are going to do and talk about today. And we're going just to intertwine it with social media. And so apart from that, I'm a co-founder at ETC, Africa Tweet Chat. Africa Tweet Chat is a chat, online chat that we usually have on Wednesdays. Like yesterday, we had one from 9 p.m. East Africa time. And so we've been having the chats for the last 2 years. And so far, so good. We've had more than 1,000 guests. And so inside Africa and outside Africa, and that has made us, become one of the best chats in Africa. Actually, we are the only one, so to speak. And so out of that, out of the Africa chat, we have ETC Digital Academy that started a year back, when everybody started asking us about the lessons we have on the chats. So a day later or 2 days later, people asking, how can I get the chat that we had on Wednesday, that I can't find it online, or as Twitter keeps refreshing, I can't be following the hashtag. So we decided to put that all together in one platform, and that's how ETC Digital Academy came up. And so we haven't launched yet because we're having lessons now being produced, and we want to have it all together before we launch it. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and I hope we are going to have a nice chat.
Awesome. Congratulations on coming this far, Barry. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations with ETC. Absolutely amazing. Been a guest at ETC, I think, a couple of times. It's an absolutely amazing place to be. The conversations there, in fact, for the social media conversations, if you can participate, actually in any content, the experts come, guys discuss these questions back and forth, questions that you follow, people answer, fantastic tips that you can have. Your people are inputting their tips on, based on the question, and you can learn a lot. So please check it out when you can, Wednesdays 9 p.m. Now, we had dived in while we're waiting for you, right? And there was a question about selling online. Now, this is a social media tip because we are selling on social media. We're Instagram selling products, we're so Facebook selling products. Do's and don'ts about selling online.
Okay, do's and don'ts in selling online. Number one, I hate this idea of I post a product and then I tell you to come, let's discuss in the inbox. Okay, why are you then posting it there? Because I know people always argue that, person A has a different opinion about the product or about the pricing and stuff like that. Can we kindly stop it? Because number one, I'm not going to trust you once you tell me come to my DM. And then number two, why do you want me to come to your DM while it's online already? Can you just post everything that you want me to know online, and then I'll decide whether I want to buy it from you or not? All right. Once you tell me to come online, to come to your DM, it raises eyebrows because you want to charge me either high or the product you're having is not worth it, or you're actually working to defraud me. All right. So those are some of the red flags that I usually think of before I start or rather buy something online from someone. So I think that is number one, asking me to come to your DM. And then number two, when you're selling something to me, I don't need the story. Yeah. I need the product specs and then the price to the point. Yeah. Clear CTA. And then I'm going to make a decision whether I want to buy it from you or not.
Yeah.
And then number three, when you're selling online, please avoid spamming. Okay. If you see a hashtag trending, please avoid spamming. If that hashtag resonates with what you're selling, or rather matches what you're selling, then you're allowed to. But here I'm talking about a class like today, and then someone tags his or her products that totally, on extreme ends. Yeah, that is spamming. Please stop spamming, because number one, you're not going to get anything on your product. Not going to get any leads, and then you're not going to get the awareness, because I, as the author of the tweet, I'm going to hide your tweet. So it's as easy as that. So please don't ask me to come to your DM, and have a clear CTA, and please stop spamming.
The building of trust online is actually far more difficult. So you got to be as transparent. And I think I was just saying that when Rima and I was discussing this. So this thing of sliding into the DM now erodes that trust building you're trying to do, doesn't it? Yeah. Rima, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, like that's one of the major things about, building trust is it's one of the things that we say, get the feedback from your customers, ask your customers to review you. And then there's that trust that's provided from the peers themselves, right? So for example, a product or service has been bought by Barry, and then I invite Barry to say, hey, can you please sort of rate us or review us? How did you like our product or service? And then you go on Google or Facebook and you actually put a nice review there. Then when Eunice comes along, she doesn't know me or she doesn't know you, but then you and many other people like that have actually gotten that review in there. Now that's trust. That's again building another trust. So whatever you're selling online, please make sure that one, you get feedback from your customers on how was the delivery, how was the product, how was the service, and then second, please get a review from them, such that now that builds your trust online, because that's the most important part. And not testimonials, because testimonials can be hearsay. You can cook something up and say, hey, you know what, More, somebody said something and this is what they said, versus you actually see the review for yourself for somebody who's actually used it, right? So building trust is a very key part of like selling online. So yeah, I think I'll definitely stress on that.
And being complete in or your social media platforms, in complete the page, have all information. And I go onto pages and there's no phone number, there's no email, and it just seems, and you want me to transact. I feel, yeah, are you in business really? So make sure if you're in it, go all the way in. And if you're not ready to put the page up, wait until you're ready to put the page up. When you're ready, then go all the way to the covers, if you put all the information, the about us, your contact information, do everything so that the person coming to transact or conduct business with you can trust you, because I know your location, I know your contact information, I know how to find you, and then I know how to resolve an issue if I need to resolve an issue. And that's most what brings anxiety to our customers, is that when we don't feel reassured there's a way to sort ourselves out when there's an issue, or we can't find contact information, or we don't know whether this page is gonna disappear, after we've purchased from you. So those pages that look incomplete will stop somebody from buying. Or your Instagram that does not have said reviews, or doesn't have all those patent information. So to build trust, make sure you've got all those things in that page.
Plus, just to add on something, I know sometimes people or other sellers online want to get a down payment first before they deliver. Sometimes the client asks you, or a customer asks you, can I see the product first before I make my payment? That is, if you're delivering within Nairobi, and then you tell them, no, I have to get your payment first. In marketing, or rather in selling, when you're selling your product, it's not always about the money first. Yeah, you're solving a problem, and when you're solving a problem, I have a problem. Say, for example, my microwave has a problem, and I come to you that I need a microwave from you. I've seen it online. You're advertising it online. But now, before I make a purchase, before I decide that I'm going to get it from you, please, I want to see the pictures. So have the pictures of your products well placed on your platform. And if I'm not convinced, I can ask you if you have a drop-off place. I know some of these are very small businesses, but at least you have somewhere that I can, a referral where I can come and see the product, because you're not keeping them outside Nairobi, all right? So there's a place that I can have time, please come and check it. And if you are convinced that this is what you need, and this is the right product that you need, you'll make a purchase. So have the right pictures for your products, and don't be hard on yourself. Like, I'm not going to show you the product unless you put in the payment. So the payment comes after. So first, let the client decide first based on what you're offering, and then after that, money comes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that builds trust and confidence in that the purchase is going to happen. So selling online, it's no different from offline, because it's all about trust. If I can trust this transaction, it's going to go smoothly, I'm going to make a purchase, period. You're still working with a human being. You're still working with.
And then I think, just to add to that also, is quality of pictures. So when you're doing something online, if your quality of the picture is not good, people cannot see it correctly. So of course, one, it has to be the actual product itself, or product or service. In that matter, if it's a product, then make sure that you take very good high resolution quality images that you put either on your social media pages or your website.
Yes.
Don't skimp on that at all. If it means to do a proper photo shoot, please, put that as part of your budget, or find somebody who's good and can work on your budgets, or within your budgets for that. But that's important. So, yeah.
All right. What are the other questions that we have?
Okay, let me see. The second one over here was, how do I face a potential client who is receiving similar service as I offer and still get the business?
How do I face a
potential client who's receiving similar services I offer? Okay, so you're a competitor and your client is already getting somebody else's service, and then you're offering something else. Okay.
What's your value proposition?
What's your value proposition? What's your unique selling point? You know, those are important to make sure you clarify, right? Barry?
Yeah. Now, number one, what sets you apart? Yeah.
Yep.
There's no other Barry. So what sets me apart? All right. Look, do research. Look at what your customer or rather your competitor is offering. Can you do better? And so if you're doing better, then go tell your clients that, you know what, I'm doing ABCD. So it's upon the client to go and weigh the options. Yeah. If you believe in yourself that, you know, number one, your services are of quality, your product is of quality. And I don't think there's no need for you to worry because your unique selling point, nobody has your story. Like we usually say in storytelling, yeah, your story is unique to you. So then what sells you? What makes you unique? That's just what I can say. Because we always meet clients that, you know, tell us, you know what, I have customer B, or rather I have someone who can offer the same services and charges me far less than what you're charging me. And I don't usually flinch because I know what I'm offering. There's no any other person offering that. And that's like my armor, yeah, because that's what I give. I give the best, and you're only going to get it from me. So whatever you're selling, whatever you're offering, if it's a service, have your unique selling point.
And then
Yes.
don't excuse me, and then don't compete on price. If the only difference is pricing, then you've lost the battle. You've lost the battle. Just say, I'm cheaper. Then the next time that client is faced by somebody who's cheaper, they're going to leave you for the person who's cheaper.
Yeah, that's not how to pitch.
Yeah. You always have to have something of value that this customer will even pay more to come work with you. Yeah.
I think just to add to that would be, you know, get your expertise, right? So for example, if you are really good at doing something, or you want to get to that next level, then up your game, go and study something, or go and do some more practical work or something like that. Whatever it is that can actually put you over the edge so that you're even like you become the expert, you become that go-to person that would actually, you know, give the service. So then now again, that also becomes your edge, your unique selling point right in there as well. Yeah. Great. Anything else to add, guys, on that question?
Yep.
All right, so we'll go to the next question, which is, I need help with my marketing and sales plan for my business leadership course. Also, I need help with my marketing life cycle for the same. Okay, so somebody's studying, that's yes, yay. I've just talked about study, which is really, really good. So, you know, anything you guys want to actually, you know, give to her while she's studying in terms of her marketing and the, you know, marketing and sales plan, or the marketing life cycle, if you'd like to talk about that. I think just to add, like maybe just to start off, one of the first things that you need to think about in a marketing life cycle is, what is your customer journey, right? What is your first touch point of your customer? And remember, the first touch point of a customer is not when they actually come into your office or get onto your website. No, it's not. It's actually somebody who's heard about what your brand is all about. And I know Barak is going to talk about brand, but the brand itself is, you know, like what is people talking about your brand? And that's how the first time someone has heard about you, your product or your service. And that's part of the cycle of the journey, the customer's journey, right? Yeah, Barak, you wanna go on?
Yeah, I'd want to add that understand your audience. Who are you selling to, right? So when you understand that person so well, like you don't need to ask twice. Yeah, then you're going to feed them what they want. So in as much as you're going to sell, always don't look at what you're selling. Look at this person you're selling to. What are you selling to them? Is what you're selling them fit for what they need it for? Once you answer that question, then I think everything will fall in place.
Yeah, your target audience, right? It's
Yeah.
important to understand the niche market or your target audience, which is
Yes.
why a lot of times, like even when we do a market audit for a client, we spend a lot of time trying to understand who's the buyer persona.
Yeah.
Who is the buyer persona? What is their demographics? What do they like? What are their interests? Where are they found? You know, there's
Yeah.
so many
What
different things that
they
you have
hang
to,
out. Yeah.
where they hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on social media wise, that means are they on TikTok? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram?
Yeah.
Do they spend most of their time on YouTube? You know,
Mhm.
YouTube being like the second largest search engine, you
Yeah.
know. So where are they at? And then how do you appeal to them? What is it that is exciting for them? So like, I think what I would add over here is, so when we do content, so even with social media content,
Yeah.
when you've understood your target audience or buyer persona, you have to understand what do their likes and dislikes are. And so, for example, I'll give you a practical example. If I am an older, like I'm a hip young person, I'm a hip young person, right? The kind of things I want to see as an image or a video will be very different from what my mom or my dad would like to see. So
Yeah.
there's always that difference. But if my, if my husband is interested in something else, how he perceives that particular post or an ad is very different from the way I perceive it. So then whoever your target audience is, make sure you match what you're putting out there in terms of your content, in terms of how your language is, in terms of like your imagery, colors. There's so many different things that come to it, for understanding your target audience. And then once you do that, you find that more people are now perceptive of coming to you, because now you created that brand awareness of what your products or services, and it's attractive to them, very attractive to them. So they now click to you and say, okay, fine, you know what, please give me more information. Can we have a meeting? Where can I purchase it from? Whatever that is, you know.
And then to add to that, the buying cycles of B2B, business to business, and direct to customers are two different buying cycles. So if you understand those two, the way you map your plans for those two different customer bases is you'll map them differently, right? The B2B customers, the several different decision makers in B2B, and direct to customer is I'm on an e-commerce platform. I see a pair of shoes and I want to buy, click buy. A decision was just me and the transaction happened instantly. So, direct business to business is you wanted to purchase something for the office. I am the admin in the office. I still have to ask the ops manager or the purchasing manager or the CEO, somebody up above me is going to make the decision. Then somebody has to write the check, or it has to go to accounting. These are process in that buying process. So understand those, and then those take a little longer. So if you understand the buying cycles of the two different customers, then you can map things out, the plans better, right? Next question.
Okay, let's move to the next question. I want to start a consultant and training firm. What are the legal frameworks I should look for from registration, tax, clients? I don't have a particular office. Okay, so that's a very non-marketing sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think where you can start from is, first of all, I mean, we've all done this. Go online and, first of all, do a name search.
Yeah.
That could be a good start to you, in terms of like, getting into a business registration, to start off your work. But I'll just plug this in. I am a marketing expert at Sandbox. And if you'd like any assistance, I mean, just DM me on this if you're here in this group, and I'll be able to sort of nudge you in the right direction for that. Somebody within the sandbox who's another expert can help you out with this, right? Okay, so should we take a bit of a break from the questions that were there? I know there are more questions in here, but let's get into the conversation about like what are some of the tips that you want to like share today, Barry? I know that you've actually prepared to come over here today, and we're really excited. So maybe you can just jump into some of those, and then we can go into the questions again.
Great. In the beginning, Eunice said that marketing has changed, and true, it has changed because everything is moving online today. And so, number one, when you're selling your product or you're marketing your product, don't always give me the product first. Yeah, I want to get the story behind the product. So, storytelling, number one. Yeah, because storytelling, we realize that storytelling, there's a way that our emotions are connected. When I listen to a story, it changes my mind. So when you want to sell me something, I want it to be connected with your journey, how you started your product or how you started your company, and how has that product changed lives. Yeah, as much as we are solving problems, I don't need content online that is salesy. So the content that you're going to post online daily should not be salesy. Tell me something about what the product does, or what the product has done for the period of time that you've been selling it. And so the content that you're putting online is the determinant factor whether I'm going to buy it or not. Number two, now social media is social before it's media. Yeah. So how social are you with the kind of people that are following you? Yeah. So every day I wake up in the morning and I go through my timeline. I don't want to be getting, broadcast every day that, hey, there's an offer for this kind of product in my company. There's an offer for a product that I'm going to get for you, or it's a new product I'm selling. No, I need to have that social bit being continued on your social media before I get to the product. So it is social before it is the media. I don't do that every day. And number three, we've realized that nowadays you don't just throw in products or you don't just sell. Yeah, we have communities, we have different communities. Where do you fall and how are you serving that community? Now, for example, Africa to Church is a community. Yeah, we have learners in there, we have job seekers in there, we have employers in there. So how are you participating? How are you making your stay in that community worthwhile? Are you just a seller in that community? Do you sell products in that community? And how is the response? All right. So communities every day are there for networking purposes. And after you've networked, that's when now you'll find leads. Every day people ask me how they get leads for my products, for services I offer. It is through these communities that you get leads. How? Join ATC, for example. Know the people that are in there, because once you know me, you'll know that I like watches, for example. Yeah, I like wristwatches. No, when you're selling watches, for example, that's a lead already, because you've known me first through that community. We've networked, you've understood how I operate. All right. So don't just come to a community and start selling. It's not right that you sell before you tell a story, or you sell before you network and know people. And so communities are the right way now that we have everything going online, to find for products, to find knowledge, and actually to find markets for your products. And so I've talked about content, I've talked about joining communities to network and stuff like that. So on social media, it's social. Always remember that it's social before it's media. Media, you can broadcast your products, you can sell your products, but then behind what pushes that selling process is the stories you're going to tell, is the content you're going to post on your social media. So always be wary of the products, of the content that you post online. Research. We have loads of videos on YouTube that you can check on how to post. All right. Maybe you don't know how to create content. There's no any way to create content. whatever you go through every day is the content that I need to see on your social media. If you look at my timeline, for example, I always talk about storytelling and personal branding. That's what I live. But then there's a way that I intertwine it with my everyday life. Yeah, I will not be posting classy, for example, um, text from morning to evening. Towards the evening, you'll realize that I talk about how I met people. I mean, the kind of people I met on that day and how they impacted my personal branding life. And, people realize that whatever we live is what we're going to post online. It's with you. There's no content that you're going to get from YouTube, that you're going to get from Google. Don't Google content. Content is with you. How you package it is is what matters. All right. The packaging of that content. Look at the audience, your audience that follow you. How do they want your content? How do they receive your content? Yeah. So, for example, you post a question and you see a lot of them are responding. The following day, you post a statement and you don't see anybody responding. Now, that's an A/B test, for example. You already know what they want. You already know what they interact with. So keep asking the questions if that is what they want, because they're the people, or rather, they're the reason why you're actually there. You're not doing it for yourself. So do it for them. Ask questions. What do you want? Interact with them. All right. So then once you find out what they need to consume on a daily basis, feed them that.
Social and be social, the media part can follow. Now, I've been doing this, I wouldn't say how many years, but that is a good one to remember. Be social first. And I don't know why that doesn't connect with all of us. Some people get it and some people don't. And I think when we're doing this for business, we are so about selling, we forget about the social part. And I think we forget about we're dealing with human beings, and human beings are social, right? And that's why the storytelling part is so important. I will connect if you tell me why these red high heels are the best thing for me, right? That if you wear this, you're gonna look like the what of what. Now, there's a story behind. I'm gonna buy those heels in 2.2 seconds because now you've told me a story about how powerful these red heels are. But we forget that. We go straight to, you gotta buy these heels. And if you tell me I gotta buy, you're not telling me why. Yeah. Right? So thank you. I honestly, I kid you not, 2008, that's when I started my journey with digital marketing. And every year things change. The way we listen, the way we consume, the way we interact, and they're changing even further now. Facebook just announced it's gonna change. They want to be a metaverse. What is a metaverse? Do you know, Barry? No, I don't either. So how are we going to, I have a clue. And we were talking about how some of us have become introverts because of this COVID. We didn't know we liked to be inside so much. We didn't know how much we like being home, working from home. And now going outside, we're like, you want me to do what? We want to stay home. And then now you want us to interact in these universes. Yeah, we might, the people who are playing PlayStation and the games, this might be your thing. This metaverse world might be a new thing for you. But there's some of us who came in kicking and screaming into Facebook. I don't know, they're going to have to drag us into that world. Now imagine we're trying to convince our customers to come and interact with us in those spaces. So as things change, how are we going to adapt? and use this tech. And sorry, I've gotten on a bit of a soapbox, but I'm trying to focus and see where we're going and be prepared, and try and maybe position my business in a way that I can be able to prepare my customers. But what would you say, and put in the spin of what happened with Facebook when Facebook went down and we didn't have WhatsApp and we didn't have Instagram, and people are selling on this platform. Things are happening. What do you say to people? What are we doing? What can we do?
First, I think we need to evolve. We have to keep evolving. I think that's one of the things that it's so strange, right? Like, it's always like when something new comes up, you're like, resist it a little bit. Resist it. I'm not so sure I want to do this. And then, of course, there's always like getting into it again. And then I'm like, oh, okay. How was I doing without a mobile phone? Because initially it was like, no, but it's going to bring you this, and it's the waves are going to sort of shatter your brain, and I don't know what. And then many years later, here we are sitting
not one but two but three phones.
Exactly, right? Or like multiple SIM cards and stuff like that. So there's always something that's changing. I think we just need to, first of all, like, and this is part of the social media that we're doing right now. Every single time we get onto Facebook, there's something that's changed. Every single time we get into Instagram, something has changed, right? Whereas where we were putting like content out, which was just images, for example, or pictures of ourselves, now has turned into completely something different. The trend here is that if you don't do videos for your content or for your company, for yourself, then you're not actually part of the trend. Because I mean, the trend in behavior is people are consuming video more than they're consuming images, right? So, of course, that's what you want to get onto as well. Again, you're resisting, maybe you're saying, no, but I really like images, and, I have a graphics designer just to do that and stuff. But then that means that you need to learn. And the learning never stops, right? You've got to keep learning. And that's the reasons why, like, as my Ardy marketing, as my biz marketer, as Africa Tweet Chat, we always are keeping on learning as well. And once we learn, the more we learn, we're able to help our customers, our people. We're able to help you to even move forward. So then that just basically means that everyone here needs to do the same thing, right? First, accept, to learn, and keep moving forward. Accept, learn, move forward, right? Definitely, if you haven't started doing video content, please starting doing video content. Multiverse is going to come through. Nobody is loyal to any particular platform at the moment, right? Just a show of hands, right? Or how many people at least have 3 different main platforms on social media that they use right now, right? So it could be Instagram, at least 3, and on a regular basis. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or I don't know, whatever it is. I mean, show of hands that at least 3 of the ones that you do on a regular basis, that's there. You see, people are not loyal to any particular social media channel anymore, right? Everyone is going from one place to another. I consume things here. I go on to Twitter because of chatting with people that I don't know. I go to LinkedIn for professional, particular firm, to connect with like several different professional individuals as well, right? So yeah, that's just right there. It's I don't know how else to actually add. Maybe Barry has something else to add to that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think stories is the way to go, and now you have to realize what platform you're going to post it after you've created it. Videos, we have very many video platforms. We have YouTube, we have Instagram. So again, don't just create stories that impact. create stories that is going to make someone, commit an action, for example. Yeah. So what kind of stories are you creating? Once you've created that story, you've ticked all the boxes that you want to tick, and then now where are you going to post it? The platform. Now realize that the platform is where your target audience, your niche audience is, right? So now having the audience ready on Instagram, for example, feed them what you have created, because creatives nowadays, earn money out of what they're creating. Yeah, by use of social media, because social media is not just for selling. Social media is not just for interacting with your friends. Monetize your content, for example, if you out there as a creator or a creative, for example. So content you're creating, yeah, should not only serve one purpose. It has given us, it's a platform that we can use to earn money, we can use to sell our products, we can use to network, we can use to get jobs. So realize that you cannot serve all of those, but at least two. Yeah, if it's about making an impact or earning money. So work on those two. Just realize that when you're creating for a purpose. You're creating to create an impact. Your content is going to change a life. It's going to solve a problem, or it's going to make me laugh. Yeah. So have a purpose.
So,
Purpose-driven content. That's great.
so I like your statement. A purpose, create a story, and Rima is just act. But just act. And if there's a biggest tip and biggest takeaway here is embracing it and just act. And we and flow with the platforms, right? If this is what is current, video is the thing. People want to see video. Remember when Barry talked about he wants to buy a microwave and somebody wants a deposit first. If I can see a real-time video of that said microwave, or you've dropped it at a fulfillment center, a vendor at a mall in Nairobi, where I can view it and I can call them, they can confirm it's there, that kind of thing. So you've made arrangements to have that center, have that microwave, and that I can put my deposit in an escrow. You're building trust with Barry's, where he can buy, you can safely deposit his money, waiting to get that microwave at some point. You've created that video where that microwave is delivered and he can view that video. We're just reducing the friction of buying while building trust, while using the platforms as they are. I want to ask you all to do another one big thing too, is create the website for yourself, because when these platforms do then go down, you have a backup, because they will go down and it's going to happen more frequently. But use them to vibrate your message, cross-pollinate across all platforms. So, hey, when Instagram and Facebook went down, Twitter wasn't down. That's where everybody was when Facebook and Instagram was down, right? So people went to Twitter to complain. But so your customers would have been there going, where's my biz? Why can't I find you on Instagram? And I would have been there saying, hey, we're here. What's your problem? Can we help you? So you be available in whatever platform it is, so that you can support your customer.
Oh dear, I think we lost Eunice with network. Are you back, Eunice? Even my internet's looking a bit sketchy at the moment.
She's back.
I'm back. Sorry, I got kicked out. It's Zoom and me. So I was just saying, be agile, be flexible, have your own stuff. good takeaways, Barry. Tell that story, get on video, act. Rima, that was absolutely profound for me, act. And I think our fear has been, we don't want to put our stuff out there. We're not being social because we're afraid to act. I think that, and I say that because that's one of my fears. I know how long it took Rima and I to do this. And when we're doing it, but it's taken us a while to get the confidence to do it. But you can, if Rima and I are doing this, you guys can do it too.
Great, Eunice. Thank you so much. And thanks, Barry. I'm just going to go through some of the questions that are there on the chat. So of course, guys, if you have more questions, please, either you can unmute yourself and ask the question, or, put it on the chat. So we had one over here, which was who are the major players in social media marketing / video marketing in Kenya? I think the trend here in Kenya is still for video. The biggest one is still YouTube. Am I right?
Sure. I'm not sure I got the question. Say it again.
I didn't. So.
Okay, who are the major players in social media marketing / video marketing in Kenya? So for me, I understood what platforms. Sorry, I think I interpreted that in that way.
So is asking the trend?
Or popularity? I don't know. Daniel, if you're here, then maybe you can clarify. Daniel Chariot.
I don't think he's here.
No, he's here.
He's here? Awesome. Yeah. Daniel, please clarify.
I was actually saying the companies that do the actual marketing. Companies in Kenya.
Like companies who sell or?
Who offer social media marketing services.
That's very easy. That's Ardy Marketing, My Biz Marketer. We provide that service. So yes. I don't know. Barry, do you provide that service as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
we do.
Great.
If you go to sparkscorporates.com, you'll see all the services that we have. And I think if you're asking about how to use video for marketing a product, right? I think I got him right. If it's the use of videos in digital marketing. Yeah, I think it's a universal trend. It's a universal trend. Why am I saying that? Because trends are changing every day. Social media is very tricky. Yeah, what works today in the next few weeks will be something of the past. So, but video has stood the test of time. Why? Because people like to see, not to read. Social media is a lot of text. Yeah. So if you want to break the barrier, at least I need to see something good in video. So if you're selling your products, please package it well in your video, package it well in a video. This is what we do at Sparks. And so we will create a product video for you if that's what you want. We will create a company video for you, or how-to videos for you if that is what you want. But we always advise people that, go back to your audience. What do they consume mostly, right? As much as it is a trend, but then you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for some other. Sorry about that. Tell us about what your audience consume the most. Yeah. So if you understand your audience, if it's video that they consume the most, then go ahead and use the videos. If it's text or photos that they consume the most, please go ahead and do that, because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your audience. So stick to your audience.
Yeah, actually, just to add, think about it for yourself as well. Like when you're looking for something, do you go onto, when you even go to Google, or do you generally feel like if you want an answer, you go to YouTube? that's always like a good way, like even for recipes, right? Nowadays, you don't find recipes, you don't go to recipes for, actually, I want a text recipe very few times. We prefer going onto YouTube and saying, how do I do this? What is the review of a particular product or a service? You actually go onto YouTube to do that. So video is a very high trend at the moment, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even look at what's happening with TikTok and how it just blew up in the last year or two. The success of Vine has led to TikTok with a 1 minute, and now they've increased to 3 minute, and then that caused YouTube to do the YouTube Shorts, so that it's short videos. And then now Instagram with Instagram Reels and Instagram videos. So people want to consume short videos, and this is a way of entertainment. Then the pandemic, people are home and watching Netflix and wanted quick and quick and fun videos to watch. They didn't have to be long series of The Walking Dead or whatever series you're watching on Netflix. You just wanted fast stuff you can scroll through, and that's why these things have become so exciting, so that you as a brand creating a 1 minute of a product that you have, say, let's give example of a microwave, and somebody wants to buy this microwave, and you get the nice view shots and open the door and let just a good product, 1 minute product shot, and you put it out there, customer sees it. Because they can't go to the store to buy it, they get a good view of it and they're clicking and buying. That's where we're going. It becomes now a virtual world that we're in. And I think I'm making a case for that metaverse world. Here we go again. So videos are in, just go create them, tell a story.
Good stuff. Yeah. So you've got a few people to choose from, Daniel. So,
Yes.
either you can reach out to us, or do it yourself, always happy. So Kevin Gatt had a question about charity. So I think it's like more giving, like that kind of charity. We know that the nature of what they offer is always not obvious. When marketing such an entity, what insights can one consider to have the best reach out in the context of charity? Okay, for me, I think charity, again, means that you're giving to somebody, right? So, okay, there's charity in different ways, right? Barak, you're looking like you want to answer that one. Go for it.
Yeah. Don't mix marketing and charity. That's a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, just, in the process of you telling the stories of the impacts that your charity has done, you're marketing in a way. So please tell those stories. Don't come out as if you're marketing outrightly. Just tell those stories, and those stories is what is going to bring in funding, for example, if that is what you're looking for, and those stories are going to create that ripple effect for you out there. If it's marketing you want to do, I will see an impactful video, a video about how your charity saved a life or what you're doing out there, and I'm going to share it with my networks, and that's how it's going to do the brand awareness for you. So don't market. Don't just market charity. Just tell us what you're doing with the charity. Tell us the stories, how you've changed lives, impacting lives, and what you're doing as a charity, and that is what's going to market for you.
But yeah, with a call to action. If it is funding that you want, then just say it. That, hey, these
Yes.
are the stories. This is what we're impacting. This is what we're doing, and kindly spare a dollar or whatever it is. But always have a call to action in your posts. So yeah, so that's a good one, Barak. Thank you. That's great. Kevin, I don't know if you're in this meeting yet, but yeah, so that's there. Kimanzi, what are the charge rates for marketing for a nonprofit or charity organization? I don't know how to actually answer that question.
I can answer it.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
They're the same as a business.
Yeah. I think I mean, like Eunice, for sure, it's because it's the same sort of work that you put into it. Unless there's a business, I mean, like somebody who wants to do marketing for you as voluntary basis, that's a different case altogether. Or it's aligned to, them wanting to help you out. That's a different case altogether as well.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't see that the same effort is made to help a for-profit or non-profit organization. You want to add anything to that, Barak?
I think there's no amount of budget that you can put aside for your marketing, whether it's whether charity or not charity. Yeah, I usually think, or rather, over the times I've done storytelling or for branding for different companies, I usually tell them or ask them, what impact is this going to create out there? So once you have that at the back of your mind, there's no amount of money, whether you want to put $1 million or zero budget, is going to change it. So always stick to the goal. What's the goal of what you're doing? Yeah. So if it's marketing to get you funds, if it's charity, please have it clear and have the goal clear and a clear CTA, for example, like we're fundraising, and so we're fundraising to do ABCD. So if you have done that, I think that's now what is going to make the difference. The difference here is the stories you're going to create. Yeah, if it's a video about how you donated books to a library, that impact is what is going to determine whether you're going to get what you want at the end of it all or not.
Great, thanks, Barry. That's very helpful. Your call to actions don't always have to be please do funding or I want a funding. It could be we want volunteers, we need help, we need you to create the awareness, reshare this because this is what's the impact or this is what the problem is. So if it's a charity work, then you want to highlight what is it that you're actually supporting, for example. That could be very, very helpful. I know we've lost Eunice again, but we're coming to the close of our session today, but we have one more question. Shadea has asked. So my question is, if you're providing a service and not selling goods like research services, what approach on marketing should be done differently for videos? Or the approach for marketing of services and good videos can be done the same. So I think it's about video marketing, but for research services or services for that matter. All right.
Again?
Yeah. So what he's asking, what Shadea is asking is that if it's not a goods, if it's not a product, and it's a service, how do you approach that on marketing with videos? How can it be done differently on a video?
The impact. I'll still stick to the impact. Tell us the story. Tell us the impact that your services have created out there. Yeah, that is your marketing. You have it right there with you. Yeah. If it's a service, say for example, events. Yeah. You created or rather organized an event for someone for their wedding, for example. The smiles out of that is what is going to sell you. That is what is how that's based on, that's what your marketing should be based around. Okay, how you made them laugh or how you made them smile based on what you did, the service you offered. That is where your marketing should lie. It doesn't necessarily have to be a product.
Yeah, you're right, Barry. Benefits and outcomes, right?
Yes.
So whether it's a product or a service, what is the benefit or outcome? How did you make somebody feel? What happened? And even add social proof to it, right? You can add some social proof to it.
The customer testimonials play a huge role.
Yes, absolutely. They definitely do. Great. Eunice, welcome back. We're tackling the last question over here from Shadea, who is asking about what is the approach for marketing a service on a video? Is there any different than doing a product on the video? And of course, what we're saying is that focus on the story, focus on the outcome, focus on how you made people feel, what's the benefit. People buy benefit, right? Whether it's online or offline, people are buying benefits from you. How is a product or a service benefiting them?
Yep.
Right? So focus on that for sure, 100%. When you're doing your online marketing, go down to like your basic marketing stuff, right? Your 7 P's of marketing, understanding the market, understanding your target audience. All of that is really, really crucial and important as part of the entire marketing. Whether it's, like I said, on social media or if it's offline as well. Pretty
and
important.
Frequently forgotten is the call to action. Don't forget to
The call to action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, so we're coming to the hour to close, but I'd like everyone to give their parting tips or advice. Maybe we can do that. And in the meantime, I'll ask the team to share the links to our social media pages where you can find us. You can find all our webinars on our YouTube pages as well. So we'll share that just now. And also, please give us feedback. How do you like these sessions? What do you want to hear from us in the future? Whatever it is that you'd like to hear from us, we kind of like listen to you and then bring you this. So we do normally a webinar every month where we do an actual presentation, and then we do a coffee chat like this one, where we have somebody like Barak coming over and giving us his expertise to answer questions and everything. So yeah, and thank you very much for coming by. But Barak, maybe we'll start with you. What is your parting shot?
Marketing is not that difficult. I usually tell people that marketing is not that difficult. Marketing lies within what you do and what you've achieved. And so if you've impacted lives, social impact, like you said, social proof, for example, have testimonials of your clients. We have clients that you for example, you organized an event for. They want to say thank you. Say thank you on camera and then send that to you. That is what is going to make you get the next client. I've been in marketing for 5 years, sparks. And we haven't gone out to pitch for a job. We haven't pitched for any job. So we usually get referrals. Why? Because of what we do, and then that is what is going to get us the next client. So how are you impacting lives? What are you doing that is changing your marketing? So you don't need to spend money on ads. Just touch the 4 lives and that's it. So always work on your first job as if it's your last. So if it's a service you're giving, give it your best. If it's a product, it's of quality, and that's what is going to get you your next client. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Barry. Eunice?
I think what my biggest lesson has been, and for the most part, this past 2 years, has been that the part of marketing we forget is more profound is the customer service part, right? In that there's hidden marketing in that. So delivering with grace and treating your customer as a stakeholder in your business so that they come back and say, give that referral Barry is talking about, building that trust with that customer so they're willing to buy from you again. So yes, your outputs, your return on investment with the marketing effort that you do is there, but please consider that we are not known in Kenya for our customer service, and in that our customers complain that there's no customer service. Well, we have to change the narrative here with customer service. Be willing to go the extra mile to provide that customer service, so we change the narrative of what a customer feels when they come to us for products and services. So there is hidden marketing in there.
Great, Eunice, thank you so much for that. I think we just want to say one thing is what I got from today is, be social, and the media will follow. Be authentic, and everything else will follow. Be trustworthy, or create that trust online, and everything else will follow as well. And be consistent. I think that's really important. Being consistent is very, very important. Don't do something and then 1 month later come back again and then expect that there's going to be like crazy growth on something as well. So creating your story and putting a call to action, always very important. So all of these, some of the things that I have actually learned from today, just from having a conversation with Barak, Eunice, and having all you guys here. So I really, really appreciate everyone being here. Special thank you to Barak for joining us today and answering our questions. Asante sana, really appreciate it. We have put our links over here on the chat. Please do, if you don't already, follow us on social media, follow us on YouTube. All our old webinars, past webinars rather, are on there. Please do like and subscribe on those channels. If you have any questions, you can reach us on those email addresses, and we would love to hear from you. So kindly click on any of those to give us a feedback on how you like these webinars and what else would you like to hear from us as well in the next session. So thank you so much. And maybe as you're leaving, because we're going to be here for a few more minutes, maybe what you can do is write for us on the chat, or unmute yourself and write and tell us what did you get from today's session as we say goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And thank you, Barry. That was awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the platform. And so this is just a way of networking, and this networking I know is going to give more. So when called upon, I always, smile. Yeah. Because I love this kind of networking sessions, not only because I speak, but because I learn as well. So I've learned a lot from you guys, and thank you for the opportunity. And you guys can also follow me at Barry Onyango on all my platforms, on all the platforms as Barry Onyango. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
we should put that on the chat as well, guys, at Barry Onyango. But yes, I mean, if you can, please just scan the QR codes in front on the screen and give us feedback, give us a, maybe, would love to hear about how you find these webinars. 100%. It's always insightful. Like I always find myself like just still learning something from all of these as well, right? So
yeah. Well, look at me. I've been doing this since it feels like 1900. And listen, that social and media, it hit home.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
It really did. It really hit home, and I'm going to be doing some things differently. It really did.
Yeah. 100%.
It explains a lot. I think my approach on Twitter is going to be a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see that your tone is changing. Because when we write, it's like we're speaking. Yeah. So you realize that when you always official, a lot of people tend to shy away from either asking you about something because Eunice is always official. I know I'm not going to ask about something because the tone that is on your timeline is
Yeah.
always official. But when you joke around, you throw in jokes once or twice, you tend to get warm to other people, and then you'll realize that even your followership is going to come up, engagement is going to come up because a lot of people are now trying to warm up to you.
Okay. Now see, I've just got feedback. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was so official. I'm just trying to share content that is helpful.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, but when you bring it a bit with some fun, you realize that you're speaking to two
Barry,
different
you're trying to
audiences.
say I'm boring.
No.
No, it's okay. I know I am very boring. So I got the part I need to be social.
Try to let me know.
I'm totally loving this. I am so
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Watch and learn.
No, and then and be there to pull me back. Say, pana, Rudy Pandey.
I don't think Barry's gonna do that though.
No, Barry, you better. If I go the other side, kule mbali kabisa,
Yeah.
and I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
Fanya Eunice, Rudy.
Is there anything like too social on social media?
There's a thin line, yes,
Yes.
because one, I know Eunice, yeah. So I know there's a point me and Eunice can joke, but then there's that person that we only met online. There's a point that I can't cross. Yeah. So when you're becoming too social, you don't know what that person is thinking. Maybe Eunice knows my jokes that that Barack is joking, and then Barack is making fun. But to that new person you just met online, I mean, he or she's been following you for 2 years plus, but they don't know you that deep. So when you're making fun, or when you don't know how far is far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it. In that way, right?
Yeah.
Not the overposting thing as well.
Well, there wouldn't be videos of me twerking on Twitter.
we can put your head on a twerk.
Oh no, nah. See, that is
That can break the internet.
that
Can break it for sure. 100%.
they're like, ooh. First of all, if I even attempted, can you send ambulances and to do what? Because I ain't getting up after that.
No, you just post that, maybe your intern did that, and yeah, you just let know that you served him or her with a letter.
Yeah.
I learned a new word today. It's called frenemies. So maybe a frenemy did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I that's a good tip, is that have a little fun with yourself. It's don't be too serious. And that's a good one. But you see, I was in the school. I grew up in corporate America, where you had to be prim and proper, and you didn't. Well, look, let's listen. Look what's happened to the Disho brothers, and I want to say this. Not think about the violence in which they partook, but if it didn't escalate to the violence, but they were being inappropriate, and that video showed up on the platforms, and then they were hitting on somebody in that video, that would mortify me, right? That is stuff that I wouldn't want. So on my platforms, I try and be as prim and proper.
Yeah, because
right?
if you read the letters they issued after that, the language was just off. So it's like they were adding more fuel to the fire. So
Here's a marketing tip: they did not know when to shut up.
yes.
There's a time you messed up.
They didn't know that silence is also a response.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're going to apologize, do it appropriate, the right way, and then shut up. Don't keep putting out statements that negate the first statement, then negate the second statement. You're just messing it up even further,
Yeah.
right? Then, yeah, no.
People can see through that, and
Yes,
once
absolutely.
you realize that there's a mismatch,
Yeah.
then it blows all off.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. So, yeah, there's a fine line, and you be very careful in this day where everybody's got a little camera, not a, it's a what are they called? Not because now you can do a 4K video on from a cell phone.
Yeah.
You can shoot a whole documentary with those damn things, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd be careful what I do and say. So yeah.
It's all over the place. So
It's
you just need to be careful.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do.
All right, guys, we need to wind this up now. And again, thanks everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Even
I see
over
somebody.
the overtime.
Hi.
Thanks very much, guys. And we'll see you guys on our next webinar next month.
I see Paul. Hi, Paul. Thank you for
Bye.
coming.
Bye.
Bye. Augustine, thank you for coming. Eli, Erastus, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us. It's definitely
Lucy,